play Vertigo 2 and I legally changed my name to Zach Toilet Paper Brown. Alright, Zach, I'm doing it. You have 3 business days to respond before I get my lawyers involved. If I had $1 for every comment I've gotten about playing Vertigo 2, I'd be right up there with Jeffrey Bezos, Scrooge McDuck in this video, dude. Vertigo 2 is easily one of the most hyped VR games available right now, and with its upcoming release on PSVR 2, I figured now is the second best time to make a video on it. I'm sorry this game has taken me so long to get around to. But to hit him with the real questions once again, what is Vertigo 2? How is Vertigo 2? And why is Vertigo 2? Some say it's a Counter-Strike map, but I don't know, Gabe Newell still hasn't let me into the CS2 beta yet. So what's really going on with Vertigo 2? Well, if you haven't watched my review on Vertigo Remastered, why not? Everything you would expect a AAA VR game to have in it, the physics, the storyline, the graphics, it's all here, but sorry, bozo, this game was made by like 3 people, making Valve look like they're having a playdate while Toilet Paper Brown is bench pressing the VR scene right now. Sorry, Zachary, I'll stop calling you that now. But the interaction in this game, just like the first, is overall amazing. Not only do you have plenty of physics objects to interact with, but you're also not able to do the classy, quirky thing called align the atoms in your weapons with the wall and have it move right through it. That's the biggest reason I see why this game was never ported to Quest. At least for now, I'm sure the headset would melt the plastic around it before the game actually loaded in. But if you like games like Half-Life or Boneworks/Bone Lab, you'll absolutely love the interaction and action of Vertigo 2. Especially with its story in the game makes Bone Lab look like it was told through a paper towel in comparison. But everything is completely understandable, enjoyable, and while I would recommend playing the first, you absolutely don't need to play the first to enjoy Vertigo 2. Everything has some sort of interaction. Even a box that can't be moved will still block you and won't let you clip through it, and that's a huge for me. Too many VR games have your hands phase through walls. Take notes, guys. Zulubo? Is that how you say it? Zulubo Productions has it down. If you like fighting some freaky looking aliens that genuinely have made me rage, that's right, a VR game that's actually difficult, you're in the right spot. You should be playing Vertigo 2. It's insane. I'm insane. In the membrane. Cypress hit. Even during the gameplay, you'll find all sorts of things. Easter eggs, running jokes, Ultra Kill reference. Sorry for the spoiler, bozo. I promise I'll tell you about the story later too. Just kidding. I was gonna go over it, but I'm gonna be honest, I haven't finished it yet. But the gameplay is nothing without. Now, just for a quick comparison, we're going to go over the weapons from Vertigo Remastered to Vertigo 2. The big thing I've noticed, Zachary Toilet Paper Brown, I'm looking at you and I'm not sorry this time I called you that again, please don't eat me, kind sir, is melee weapon. One of my favorite weapons from Vertigo Remastered was the popsicle stick you find at the very beginning. Running out of ammo in the first game only to quickly switch to melee-based combat was sick. Please bring this back. Imagine I'm just an idiot, and it actually is in the game. Wowee, wouldn't that be crazy again? I haven't finished it yet. The standard pistol you get at the beginning of the game is already powerful enough to run through the whole game with. Its reloading mechanic is sick because watching fluids in VR pause is super satisfying, especially after the ragdoll physics in this game launch enemies across the room. The shotgun is the best weapon in the game. You will not convince me otherwise. It's super powerful and close to mid-range combat. Especially if you get headshots with this gun, it's super satisfying to use. And even though it might not look like it, this game has better dismemberment than whatever that Bone Lab mod is. I'm not hating on the mod, but Bone Lab in the doghouse compared to Vertigo 2. Of course, you have the assault rifle and a new introduction, grenades that aren't chew toys for dogs like they are in Into the Radius, but also a super solid upgrade from Vertigo Remastered is the health system. While this definitely isn't a weapon, having an actual health bar makes this game 10 times more challenging and makes something like a no damage run totally possible. Of course, as of writing this review, I've said it 3 times now, I'm not finished with it, and there's likely more guns that you'll have to find for yourself once you actually play the game. But again, melee weapons. Zachary, come on, man. Notice how I didn't say toilet paper. But you want to know what else you could use for toilet paper? Viewie's gamer merch. We got a digital footprint is real hoodie. Mom, turn the Wi-Fi back on. I'm headshotting kids in breachers t-shirt. And last but not least, the only girl that looks at me is my mom hat. Buy now at the link below and tell your dog to stop humping my leg. It's kind of weird. Now, just to emphasize with this, I'm not saying that the game is bad, and I'm not hating on Zach or the other people involved with Vertigo 2. Not to bring this up again, but again, melee weapons, I loved using this baton in the first game. This is gonna make me look like a fool if it actually is in the game and I just missed it, but add more just make Blade and Sorcery, since every VR game has a sword in it. Just make Blade and Sorcery with like actually interesting gameplay. That's right, I said it. Blade and Sorcery is boring as please let me adjust the ammo belt in game. It's just high enough for me to think I have to grab super high on my way, but I consistently hit low enough for it to not register an ammo grab. And in intense firefights, that is mad frustrating. Hold on, sir, let me grab your change. Oh, sorry, it's super glued to my boobs. Let me just do my rendition of the Macarena. This doesn't apply to Vertigo, more just all other VR games including Vertigo. But give me cigarettes, dude. I don't smoke in real life, but I just imagine after fighting like a horde of enemies in the first game, this girl has got to have a nicotine addiction. Guys, she's listening to Arctic Monkeys. Someone please get her out of here before we start the Linkin Park phase. I did notice occasionally that the physics around objects that go from being somewhat interactable to not interactable, mostly around doors that lock once you pass, kind of just bug out until your hands let go. But just to be totally honest, I'm really nitpicking this game to find anything. Vertigo 2 is a very rock solid game, and even though I've been joking around this video, again, I'm really just nitpicking for content. Logan Paul is my dad, Clickbait and I are lovers, Women Crush Wednesdays, LMAO, haha, XOXO, love you boo, happy 3. And just to prove my point, we're gonna take a step back and talk about Vertigo 2 is probably one of the better VR games I've played recently. You can really tell that not only is the game super well made, but with the consistent amount of updates, and now the game going to PSVR 2, that this is definitely a passion project rather than a dev studio wanting Meta to just buy them out to make a quick profit. I know a lot of people would be able to play this if it was on Quest, because would it have sold well on Quest? Absolutely. But would the game look like absolute dog shit and most of its content cut just to work? Again, absolutely. But quite frankly, I'm glad that Vertigo 2 wasn't ported to Quest. It shows that if the Quest can't handle a good game isn't going to Quest. I know they don't need the money or anything, but there's a reason why Alex never made its way onto Quest despite Valve having track records of putting their titles on other platforms. There's a reason why Boneworks never made its way to Quest, and Bone Lab was so much smaller than Boneworks. And I know I'll talk about Labworks some other time, I'm getting around to it. I can name 1,000 other PC VR exclusives, and just to be clear, I'm not trying to on the Quest. It's just 2-year-old hardware, and the Quest 3 isn't out yet. Marky Mark, my emails are open. Please send me one. I'll let you sell all the info you want. Vertigo 2, in my opinion, has been one of the better experiences, at least with full index support. Obviously, devs are developing for Quest, so a lot of PC VR games don't include the finger tracking that the Valve Index has, where Vertigo 2 does. And it's just small things like that that make this an unforgettable experience. You're not going to find a massive open terrain or Portal/Ultra Kill references anywhere else but Vertigo. So again, thank you, Zach, and this time I'm actually going to try and pronounce it. Okay, bear with me on this one. Zach Tisakalis Brown? I don't know how the fuck you pronounce it. I know I'm butchering the shit out of that. I know that there were others involved in making this project, so everyone at Zulubo Productions, I hope I'm saying that one right too, please keep making more games. You're already putting out that AAA standard VR deserve. Thank you again for watching my video. We're almost at 15,000 subs, which is just wild. Thank you to our mega rich patrons, Wes, Gain, Lunaris, Danasi, and Only Mints, and of course thank you to our budget-friendly patrons as well. Also, we just started a Minecraft realm for the mega rich patrons, so if you'd like to join, it's $5 a month. You do get your names in the titles. I feel like I'm selling people on something. Hey, you want to buy my workout routine? It's only $5 a month. Anyways, it helps support the channel. It is Minecraft Java. You don't need VR to play it. Come join the world. Anyways, I'm gonna go to work now. Tell your mom she has good cooking, and I will see you in like 2